Hello guys, welcome to our channel, Mako Engineering Information. Hope you all are doing well, and today's video is gonna be about Git and GitHub for developers. So let's get right into the video. If you don't subscribe to our channel, please subscribe and share the past videos and new upcoming videos. Let's start. Git is an open-source, version control tool created in 2005 by developers working on the Linux operating system. GitHub is a company founded in 2008 that makes tools which integrate with Git. You do not need GitHub to use Git, but you cannot use GitHub without using Git. There are many other alternatives to GitHub, such as GitLab, Bitbucket, and host your own solutions such as Gobs and Gittair. All of these are referred to in Git speak as remotes, and all are completely optional. You do not need to use a remote to use Git, but it will make sharing your code with others easier. About version control in Git. A version control system, or VCS, tracks the history of changes as people and teams collaborate on projects together. As developers make changes to the project, any earlier version of the project can be recovered at any time. Developers can review project history to find out which changes were made, who made the changes, when were the changes made, why were changes needed. VCSs give each contributor a unified and consistent view of a project, surfacing work that's already in progress. Seeing a transparent history of changes, who made them, and how they contribute to the development of a project helps team members stay aligned while working independently. In a distributed version control system, every developer has a full copy of the project and project history. Unlike once popular centralized version control systems, DVCSs don't need a constant connection to a central repository. Git is the most popular distributed version control system. Git is commonly used for both open source and commercial software development, with significant benefits for individuals, teams, and businesses. Git lets developers see the entire timeline of their changes, decisions, and progression of any project in one place. From the moment they access the history of a project, the developer has all the context they need to understand it and start contributing. Developers work in every time zone. With a DVCS like Git, collaboration can happen anytime while maintaining source code integrity. Using branches, developers can safely propose changes to production code. Businesses using Git can break down communication barriers between teams and keep them focused on doing their best work. Plus, Git makes it possible to align experts across a business to collaborate on major projects. About repositories. A repository, or Git project, encompasses the entire collection of files and folders associated with a project, along with each file's revision history. The file history appears as snapshots in time called commits. The commits can be organized into multiple lines of development called branches. Because Git is a DVCS, repositories are self-contained units, and anyone who has a copy of the repository can access the entire codebase and its history. Using the command line or other ease-of-use interfaces, a Git repository also allows for interaction with the history, cloning the repository, creating branches, committing, merging, comparing changes across versions of code, and more. Through platforms like GitHub, Git also provides more opportunities for project transparency and collaboration. Public repositories help teams work together to build the best possible final product. How GitHub works. GitHub hosts Git repositories and provides developers with tools to ship better code through command line features, issues, threaded discussions, pull requests, code review, or the use of a collection of free and for-purchase apps in the GitHub marketplace. With collaboration layers like the GitHub Flow, a community of 15 million developers, and an ecosystem with hundreds of integrations, GitHub changes the way software is built. GitHub builds collaboration directly into the development process. Work is organized into repositories where developers can outline requirements or direction and set expectations for team members. Then, using the GitHub Flow, developers simply create a branch to work on updates, commit changes to save them, open a pull request to propose and discuss changes, and merge pull requests once everyone is on the same page. Models for collaborative development. There are two primary ways people collaborate on GitHub: shared repository. Fork and pull. With a shared repository, individuals and teams are explicitly designated as contributors with read, write, or administrator access. This simple permission structure, combined with features like protected branches, helps teams progress quickly when they adopt GitHub. For an open source project, or for projects to which anyone can contribute, managing individual permissions can be challenging, but a fork and pull model allows anyone who can view the project to contribute. A fork is a copy of a project under a developer's personal account. Every developer has full control of their fork and is free to implement a fix or a new feature. Work completed in forks is either kept separate or is surfaced back to the original project via a pull request. There, maintainers can review the suggested changes before they're merged.